morning, girls and boys. Welcome back to the Children's Chapel. Let's take a look at our clock, which is also the church calendar. And you'll notice the arrow is pointing to the white block because now, boys and girls, we are in the season of Easter. Time for the color white. And you know, Easter is such an amazing and wonderful mystery that it takes us the whole season, all of these weeks, to truly enter into that mystery of Easter. So, Good Friday is the cross, and Easter Sunday, we are now in the third Sunday of Easter. Let's change our arrow. There. And let's not forget to change this arrow as well. Now, girls and boys, follow me over to the altar where we'll tell our story for today. Are you ready to hear a story? After God had made Jesus alive on Easter Sunday, he began to appear to his disciples. And one day, walking along the road from Jerusalem to Emmaus, two of his friends were talking to one another, and they were talking of all that had happened the week before, how Jesus, who they had hoped would be king, instead was arrested and died. And they were so sad. And they continued to walk back to Emmaus. And suddenly, a man who they did not know appeared. And he began to walk with them. And as they were walking, they were also talking. They were talking to him about all that had happened. They said to him, "Are you the only one who has not heard of all that has happened in Jerusalem? How they have taken Jesus, who we hoped would be our king, and instead he died?" But the man began to open the scriptures and remind them of the stories of how God had saved the people. He reminded them how Moses had brought them out of the water and through the Red Sea. And he also reminded them of how God gave them the 10 Commandments so that they can learn the 10 best ways to live and to love and to help their neighbors. And their hearts began to burn within them as they heard the stories. But now, they invited their companion along the way to stay with them because evening was at hand and the day was now past. And so they went and lodged together. And while they were there, they ate dinner together. And the stranger took bread. He gave thanks to God and blessed it. He broke it, and he gave it to each one of them. And they ate. And as they ate the bread, their eyes were open, and they suddenly recognized that the man was Jesus. But just as suddenly as he had appeared along the road, he disappeared, and they could no longer see him. I wonder how they must have felt when Jesus suddenly disappeared. I wonder how amazed they were when their eyes opened and they recognized the stranger. I wonder how it must have felt when their hearts burned within them as they heard the stories. I wonder if you've ever walked along the road with Jesus. And I wonder if you have ever recognized him in the breaking of the bread.